no fun when you're alone. But no matter what we're going through, together we can find our way home. So come on and sleep over, and everything will be just fine. You and I can wait until the sun. So come on and sleep over, together we can dream in time. And nothing's gonna stop us having fun. So come on and sleep over.
Wait, that's right. Every day you make hundreds of choices. How should I wear my hair? What do I want on my toast? Should I wait until we get to school before I tell Michael his shorts are on inside out? They may not be big decisions, but you like to think you've made the right choices. Except, of course, you don't always. Last week seemed to be about making all the wrong decisions. It was the day of the great unveiling.
As you know, our famous pasta mural has taken pride of place on our wall since Rosa and I first opened up our little deli. When I first arrived...
How long ago was that?
15 years. When I first
Did you have
arrived...
any idea then that the mural would become such a local icon?
Not at all.
What prompted you to have it refurbished?
It was looking shabby. Marco. A little bit of our beautiful old country, Italy, in our wonderful new country, Australia. Come, join us, please. Come in here.
The pasta mural was developing into a great story in Rosie's mind. This is going to be such a great story. You really think that's what they're after? Local colour, local news, local characters. What else would a local newspaper want in a story? Sport? I'm telling you, I've got a good feeling about this. I do realise that I'm a little younger than the students you normally give the cadetships to, but...
Oh, my dear, age doesn't matter. It's how well you write. I've never seen such local colour, news, character. Not only is the cadetship yours, I think you should have my job.
No, I...
But after seeing your raw talent, I don't feel I deserve it any longer.
So, what did your mum say?
Yes! So that's all of us. We've all got our parents' permission.
I never thought we'd get them to agree. Nina was the magic ingredient.
Once I told them about Nina, it was a done deal.
And she only has to come from Greece to be there.
Nina is Mr. S's niece. She was coming over from Greece for a visit.
And what visit to Australia would be complete without a sleepover?
So, sleepover at the beach hut it is.
But we've still got a lot of organising to do.
We definitely need a planning meeting.
Well, I can't. I've got to get to my interview. I'll catch up with you guys later.
Good luck.
I don't think I'll need it. I've got a good story. I realise they're only notes.
And they're, quite good. As you know, only one student cadetship comes up each year, and it usually goes to a senior student. You might like to try again next year.
But age doesn't matter, does it? It's how well you write.
I'm afraid there's more to it than that. You have to have a nose for a good story.
Meanwhile, behind Rosie's back, an intriguing twist to the story was breaking. So they just smashed the window and took it?
How could anybody do such a thing?
I'd like to write about the incident for the Bay Times.
I'll take care of it. Mum's too upset right now.
Did you see anyone suspicious looking around the time of the theft?
Apart from the guy dressed in black lycra wearing a balaclava.
Very funny.
There's no story to write, Rosie. We didn't see anything. We don't know who did it or why.
But there must be something.
Nothing. Just end of interview.
So, what do you think, huh? 5 years in a row, the best pizza in all of Crescent Bay, huh? Thanks to my secret recipe.
And Kenny was enjoying Mr. S's pizza and ice cream and pizza. Wow, a smash and grab.
I guess that does kind of beat an unveiling.
Now that the DiPieris don't want to be interviewed about the theft, I have to come up with a different angle.
So what are you going to write your article about?
How can I write about anything but the theft? It's such a high-profile event.
Thanks, Mr. S. Hurry up, Kenny.
I guess I'll have to figure out who did it.
Mr. S and I have everything arranged. He picks Nina up from the airport, brings her back here, and then it's Greek sleepover.
Greek.
Yeah, Mr. S is going totally Greek. Yes, I know he is totally Greek. But for the sleepover, everything's going to be Greek themed. Greek music, Greek decor.
Greek food.
Definitely Greek food.
Wow, it will be totally authentic. Not just fried calamari from the fish and chip shop.
Since when have you known about authentic Greek food?
All I know is that I won't be able to fit in a mouthful of it for at least 20 minutes. Apart from that, nothing.
What's wrong?
I have tried everywhere, and I don't have one single lead. The police won't talk to me, the neighbors didn't see anything, which leaves me with absolutely nothing to write.
I looked up Greek clothes in my Junior World Encyclopedia of Fashion Trends. They wear a great national costume.
I mean, why would anyone even want to steal it? It's just a pasta mural.
Maybe you should give up and write about something else. Surprise Mr. Sutherland.
I don't think he's the sort of person who's into surprises.
If that stupid thing hits me again...
Oh, sorry, Your Highness. Half time.
What's the problem?
Rosie needs to come up with a new article.
Not necessarily.
Come on, guys, brainstorm. What's a good story?
Okay, I've got one. The soccer club has a new coach. That's newsworthy.
My mum's doing the makeup for the ballet demonstration at the mall this afternoon. That could be a good story.
I'm still thinking.
Dad's digging a vegetable garden. You could write about the merits of runner beans versus lettuce.
I guess.
It's better than a robbery story that's going nowhere.
So Rosie decided to follow up all 3 stories. Ow! Disaster. An injury in the first 10 seconds of Swan Lake brought the curtain down early.
Come on, guys. Ball. Get the ball.
The coach discovered that the under-7 soccer team was the most undisciplined in the history of sport. Not the scoop Rosie needed. And the freak storm ended Dad's idea of working the veggie patch, which left Rosie with zilch.
So they weren't the greatest stories of all time. Pity you can't use a story Mr. S told me.
What's that?
Well, you know how he's won the Best Pizza Award 5 years running?
Everyone who knows Mr. S knows that.
Yes. But what they don't know is the original recipe wasn't his. He had this huge family feud with his neighbor Stavros. You see, Stavros poisoned one of Mr. S's favorite goats before the town fair, which was to prove who had the best herd on the island. Mr. S stole the secret recipe, which was an old recipe going back generations, packed his bags and left for Australia.
Really?
Yeah, but don't tell anyone. It's a total secret.
Any luck? Never mind. You can always try out again next year. I guess. It's just, I worked so hard to get the interview in the first place, and journalism's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. At least you've got the sleepover tonight to cheer you up. Yeah. That's part of the mural.
I don't think so.
Mr. S, where did this come from?
Oh, that? I found it under one of the park benches, you know, along the beach track. I thought it was rubbish, so I bring it back to put in the bin.
I think I just found my first clue.
Found anything, Sherlock?
Yes, I have. What we have here is a story, Watson. A very definite news story.
How did you deduce that, Holmes?
Elementary, my dear Watson. Hello, Mr. Sutherland. It's Rosie Cartwright. Yes, the young one. I'd just like to let you know that I've got a great scoop concerning the mural. Oh, well, I don't want to give anything away just yet, but I think you'll be pleased. In fact, I'd suggest you hold the front page. Okay then. Bye. Don't think he believes me, but I'll show him.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm going to take this piece to the police. They'll probably be able to find fingerprints. Then, not only will I be able to write my article, but I'll be a part of solving a mystery.
Rosie, you can't go to the police.
Why not?
Because I know who stole the mural.
It was an accident.
It was a typical M&M mess. But Michael had sworn me to secrecy, so I hadn't been able to tell Rosie myself. Why didn't you just tell the DPRs what happened?
Because we just watched them tell half of Crescent Bay how much they loved it. We just couldn't.
So you decided to steal it instead?
We figured that if we took it, we could get it fixed. Then we could return it. We thought the DPRs would be less likely to kill us if we got it back in one piece.
You were to an egg!
That was before we lost a piece somewhere along the beach track.
What about the police?
Rosie, you can't tell them. It was an accident. The boys will fix it and return it.
But then I'm back to where I was before. No story. And no story means no article. And no article means no student cadetship. All of a sudden, Rosie saw other careers looming.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Student cadet wins Nobel Peace Prize. It should have been me!
You better fix that mural fast.
Are you sure those pieces are meant to go together?
Sure, I'm sure. I don't think. Yeah, that's right, okay? So stop thinking and start helping. The DPRs will have to figure this when they see this.
I'm not sure that's how it looked before.
Close enough.
It was true. I deliberately tried to put Rosie off the mural story. But she knew why I'd done it, and like a good friend, she didn't blame me. Now I wish there was something I could do for her. She needed a story fast. So I took action. I called an emergency sleepover club meeting.
That was our best stuff.
We don't have any more stories.
Under 7 football coaches.
They have a new pie warmer in the canteen. I told Mr. Sutherland that I had a scoop. Instead, I've got nothing. I'll be that Rosie Cartwright kid. The one who doesn't know whether she's got a story or not.
Hey, sissies! I just met Nina. You're going to love her. She's seriously cool. And in a weird way, she sort of looks like Mr. S too.
Really?
Yeah, but without the hairy nostrils. She's already started turning the beach hut into an authentic Greek taverna. Still no story?
Maybe you could get a story out of the Greek sleepover.
Maybe I can.
You can't use Mr. S's secret.
Why not?
Because it's a secret.
Then you shouldn't have told me.
I'm not so sure.
Well, it's too late now.
Maybe. But if you decide to write about Mr. S stealing the pizza recipe, I'm pulling out of tonight's sleepover.
What?
You heard me. I wouldn't feel right being here with Mr. S knowing what you're going to do.
Rosie was right to be shocked. This was a protest of the highest order.
Can we sleep underneath the stars? Yes, okay. You'll sleep well after the dancing.
What dancing? I don't do dancing.
Oh, you love it, Kenny. A beautiful Greek dance called the Sirtos.
I was thinking we could set up the banquet table over here.
Banquet table, now that's what I like to hear. Nina, what's the plan for dinner?
Well, I thought we could start with a few dips. Tarama salata, tzatziki and hummus, followed by some dolmades.
Are they the leaves with the rice in them?
Yeah, they're delicious. And then we will get to the main course,
which will include moussaka, barbecued squid, and the feta salad.
What exactly is feta?
Goat's cheese.
Yuck.
I've had feta cheese before. That's because no one told me it came from goats.
I don't get it. You had the mural the whole time?
Well, most of it. What's important is that it's here now. We're really sorry we broke your window.
My parents are gonna kill you!
But we fixed it. They won't be able to tell the difference. Look.
My parents are so gonna kill you!
We'll work for free until we've paid off the window. We'll do your worst chores, like scraping out the bins and cleaning underneath the fridge and slicing the salami.
But I like slicing the salami.
I know, I've just always wanted to have a go with that awesome slicing machine. Come on, man, you gotta help us out.
You smashed our family heirloom.
Isn't there something you can do?
So, you all have my tips on looking fabulous Greek style.
Then it's back here in a couple of hours for Greek sleepover.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Are you coming, Rosie?
Yeah, in a sec. You can't not come tonight.
You know how I feel.
It's just a trial article. They probably won't even publish it.
Yeah, and what if they do? It will destroy Mr. S's reputation. You can't write
Will you
it.
stop bossing me around?
I'm not!
You are. You're telling me what to do.
He told me that story in confidence. I told you in confidence. I don't see how any article can be more important than that. Have a good night.
That afternoon, creative juices flowed in Crescent Bay. I was busy painting traditional Greek headscarves for the sleepover. Phyllis tried out her traditional Greek moves. And Marco, well, he discovered a talent for art restoration. Rosie also had serious creative work to do.
Come to read me your article?
You're right. I can't do it to Mr. S. I tried to write the article, but I couldn't.
You're the best, Rosie Cartwright.
I still don't have an article. At least I can live with myself. And you can come to the sleepover, so you'd better get dressed.
I knew you'd make the right decision.
I let my panic to find a story get in the way of what was right. Thank you for setting me straight.
I was just being bossy.
No, well, okay, yes, but I needed bossy.
What are friends for? In case dolmades prove a problem?
So it's agreed. We only use the emergency rations in case of an emergency. You know what I mean.
Hey! Sorry I'm late. Did anyone pass a deli on the way here?
No.
See?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That looks amazing.
I know. I wonder who did it.
Like it?
You did it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a few minutes to answer some questions?
No problem.
I think Rosie's found her article.
It's hard to find good help these days.
Thank you. There you go.
The Greek sleepover finally happened. It was just as amazing as we thought it would be. The Greek food was totally delicious. We ate until we could hardly fit another crumb in. The emergency rations would have to wait for another sleepover. What's happened, Mr. S? Go on, tell us.
Stavros and I hated each other. Our families had been in constant battle with each other for generations. Once a year, we would enter our goats in the village fair contest. And the winner of the best-looking goat would be championed as a local hero. But one spring day, just before the fair, Stavros poisoned my goat. It became sickly, and his goat won the contest. I was furious. I wanted revenge. So while he and his wicked family were celebrating in the village, I went to his house. I could not contain my rage.
So you picked up a portrait of his grandmother, ready to smash it into pieces.
And out fell a sheet of paper. It was his family's secret pizza recipe.
For the tastiest pizza in all of Greece.
Hang on a minute, you guys. Mr. S, when you told me that story, you said it was a secret. So how come everyone else seems to know it as well?
It is a secret, Frankie. It's just that I like to share them. Everybody knows my secrets.
Except for Stavros.
So, with a bit of help from her friends, Rosie made the right choice in the end. And so did Mr. Sutherland. He said it was exactly the sort of feel-good story expected from a bright student and gave her the job on the spot. Her first article became front-page news. Mr. DiPiero never did find out who stole the mural, but eventually all the money for the broken window was mysteriously repaid. Marco sorted that. Hopefully Rosie won't have to deal with too many more smash-and-grab stories in Crescent Bay. All ones about pizza recipes, or ballet concerts, or under-7 football, or vegetable gardens.